D.C. One of the Black Lives Matter co-founders saying they will, quote, hold the administration accountable and work with them to dismantle a system that for too long hasn't worked for the black community, end quote. Coming, Leo Terrell, civil rights attorney. So, Leo, racial tensions, will they get better or worse under Joe Biden?
Oh, they're going to get worse. I mean, basically, David, what you saw last week was a snippet. You had Trump supporters out in Washington, D.C. campaigning, and you had Black Lives Matter and Antifa out there injuring people. If you're a Trump supporter, you get injured by Black Lives Matter and Antifa. And also, David, Black Lives Matter made a demand upon Joe Biden to have an interview, a meeting with him. I don't want Black Lives Matter and Antifa in the Oval Office. I, as an African American, do not support Black lives because they don't care about all Black lives. Black police officers, right. Black on black crime. I think it's a mistake.
But I'm just wondering, you know, during the Obama administration, we had Reverend Al Sharpton make about 90 visits to the White House. He apparently had some influence on policies. Are we going to see the same thing with Black Lives? Is BLM going to become the Biden administration's version of visits by Al Sharpton?
I think, yes, and that's a mistake. Black Lives Matter, David, was created during the Obama administration. And what's the problem is simply this. Black Lives Matter is like making a deal with the devil. And if the Joe Biden and the whole Democratic Party embrace Black Lives Matter, it's going to worsen racial relations. That's why I left the Democratic Party. That's why I voted Republican for the first time. I am a Trump Republican.
It is amazing, Leo. I remember the last time I talked to you was a few years back.
Yes.
And you were pretty far into the left side of the Democratic Party. Nowadays, I mean, what happened? Did you change or did the Democratic Party change?
David, the Democratic Party is so far left. And when Joe Biden makes the comment, if you don't vote Democrat, you ain't black, that insults the intelligence of every American. You're right. I recall our conversation. And I have gone from Democrat to Republican because of one person, Donald J. Trump. He has authored programs for all Americans, and you look at what has happened, lower unemployment, historically funded black colleges, and the First Step Act. There's no other choice but Donald Trump.
And you don't think that Joe Biden can stand up as a moderate to those leftward forces within his party?
Let me think about that. No. Joe Biden is an empty suit. You saw AOC and the squad, they're out there yakking right now. They are going to try to take over the White House, and that is why I'm maybe jumping the gun. That's why I'm going to Georgia.
All right, let's talk about your going to Georgia. Specifically, of course, as we all know, Democrats have to win both of those runoff races, the 2 Senate races in Georgia. That's in the beginning of January. What are you going to do down there? We know $90 million has been raised so far by Democrats for the runoffs. What do you plan to do there?
Well, first of all, I think I have a tremendous amount of credibility as a former Democrat. And David, the $90 million, it's not going to be money, it's going to be issues. You might recall Jamie Harrison had a boatload of money in South Carolina. I saw your previous segment. There was no blue wave. The Democrats lost seats in the House. So right. All we need to do, and I'm a strong supporter of Senator Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, all we have to do is expose the record. This pastor, Raphael Warnock, he says that cops are thugs. He says that you can't serve God in the military. And more importantly, he told white people to repent for their whiteness. This man's record tells me that we cannot allow him or the other Ossoff to become senators because we do not want a socialist government. The key here is this. The Senate is our last check and balance on democratic socialism.
Leo Terrell, we got to leave it there. It really is amazing the changes that you went through. Of course, some of that wasn't necessarily with you. Some of it was with the Democratic Party itself. Leo, great to see you.
And I feel real good now. See how happy I am? I'm smiling because I'm a
That's
Republican.
true. You didn't smile much before.
Yeah,
now you're smiling much more. It feels better, doesn't it? All right,
Leo,
Leo, thank you.
I'm happy.
I wish you luck down in Georgia. Now let's check Disney.